Hey everybody, Matt here. Real quick before I get started on this review, I want to give a little shout out to a guy out there on YouTube by the name of Tim. His YouTube name is Tim12161974, and I'll put a little link up to his page. And if you don't sub him, you definitely should. He's got some cool videos. He's a good guy. This one here's for you, buddy. So let's just jump right into it. This is the Heritage Rough Rider 22. Primarily what this is a fun gun. You know, something to take to the range, something to take outside and shoot some cans and let your kids, you know, shoot at some targets, and pretty much, you know, any little fun stuff you want to do with a 22 you can do with this. So it's just a fun little gun. It's a single action 6-shot revolver, so obviously got to pull the hammer back to fire off each round. No double action here. And to load and unload, what you do is you go to half cock, and you've got your little flap here, and you rotate your cylinder by hand, and you're going to load each chamber, okay, one by one. And same thing to eject each chamber. You've got a little lever here that you're going to keep your finger on. You line up the chamber and you press the rod through. It ejects the spent casings. Okay, pretty simple, pretty easy. This particular model's right at about 10 inches long, 5 inches high, and right at about 1.5 inches wide. Okay, weighs in right at about 29 ounces. Now that's going to vary depending on which model you get. This one with the 4 3/4 inch barrel comes in right about 29 ounces. Now for the caliber, this will, obviously it's 22, it shoots 22 long rifle, so obviously will also shoot 22 shorts. But now this part's for you, Tim. Here's what you do. You go to half cock here. You see this little button right here? You're going to press that button. Yeah. And you're going to pull out that rod. And when you do that, you can drop this cylinder out and you put this one in. Now this is the 22 Magnum Cylinder. See? And only if you're special do you get a 22 Magnum Cylinder with your Heritage Rough Rider. You gotta be special though, isn't that right, Tim? No, I'm just messing with you. So yes, no, it does come with a 22 Magnum Cylinder, so you can shoot your 22 Magnums out of this as well. Obviously both the 22 long rifle and the 22 Magnum, both 6-shot. This thing comes in a lot of different varieties. As far as grips, you can get them in Cocobolo, checkered, mother of pearl, black or white. This one's got what they call the green camo laminate grips, which I like the way they look. As far as your finish on them, they come in blue. I think you've got black satin, case hardened, silver satin. This one obviously is just the regular blued. And then your barrel lengths, you got a few choices on those. You've got 3.5 inch, 4 3/4, which is what this one is. And you've got 6.5 inch and then a 9-inch barrel. Now the other thing about this gun, it actually has a little safety on here that you can flip up, and basically all the safety does is, if you can see here, when you move the safety up and down, you see that little bar right in there? All it does is turn that bar up so that when the hammer goes forward, it cannot actually come into contact with the firing pin. Pretty simple design. Neat little safety. Can't say I've ever used it, but you know, it's there. As far as any type of accessories, anything like that you can put on it, there's not really much you can do with this. You know, get yourself a nice little holster for it if you want. That's about it. Comes with fixed sights, so you can't even make any adjustments to the sights. Little integral to the frame sight at the back, and a little blade sight at the front. Nothing special, but like I said, it's just a little fun gun. As far as durability and everything on this, the first thing I will tell you is that the finish, especially on the blued models, not so hot. Not the most durable in the world. Now, I'm trying to think. I got this gun a couple years ago, so it's been through a little bit, but you know, it's still got some places on it where you can tell the finish just isn't that great. But mechanically, it is completely sound. I've put at least 2,500 rounds for this thing, between me and my son, my brother-in-law, and my wife, and God knows who else has shot this thing. It's gotten a lot of use out of it, so it's been through the ringer, and it hasn't missed a beat. So I can tell you that reliability-wise, as far as how it functions, it's been flawless for me. As far as the heritage and the model history on this, I'm not too familiar with heritage. I actually did try to look some information up on them and didn't come up with much, other than obviously they're out of Miami, Florida, and they started business back in 1992. And they've been putting out these Rough Riders for 18 years or so, pretty much since they opened the door. They do have some other models. They have some in 357, and I think they've got them in 44 and 32. But they're all, from what I can tell, they're all single action revolvers. They all pretty much stick to this design. But you know, the 22 Rough Rider's been around for a while. Now, obviously, the biggest comparison is going to be to a Ruger Single Six, as I said before. How does this compare to a Ruger Single Six? Well, I mean, it's in a completely different class. I mean, this is basically the budget version of the Rugers. Mechanically, as far as function, what it does it well. As far as fit and finish, you know, it's nowhere on the same par and same level as a Ruger Single Six is, obviously, but it is a good gun. As far as how it looks, I mean, like I said, other than I had some issues with the finish, and I don't know if you can even see it on here, it still looks, I mean, it's still 99%. There's just a couple little spots on it that I'm not too thrilled with. It's a beautiful little gun. I mean, you know, who doesn't love a good little single action revolver? I mean, they're beautiful. I love the grips on this thing. It's just a good looking gun. I got this one for $159.99. That was regular price. MSRP on it, if you go to Heritage website, is around $250, which I think is overpriced. And for me, if it's a 22, my limit is $200. I don't spend more than $200 on a 22. Period. I can't put that much money into something that I can't use for self-defense. So you know, average on these, I've seen them range for anywhere from $150 to $250. I say if you can get one under $200, they're a great deal. They're a lot of fun. They're not a Ruger Single Six by any means, but for the price, you're getting an excellent deal. You're getting a good value for the price. Like I said, stick to under $200. You know, anywhere from $150 to $200, brand new. You can find these things, and it's money well spent. So anyway, that's about it. I'm going to get out of here. Probably run too long on this video anyway. But one more shout out to Tim. That's Tim 1216 1974. And Tim, before I go, just take a look at this right here. This is the Magnum Cylinder. That's it right there. So anyway, I'm just messing with you. You know that, but anyway, man, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks everybody for checking it out and watching. I will have some more videos up soon, and actually I may, well, I'll save it for a surprise, but I may have something coming up here in the next couple days. So anyway, take care everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to y'all later.